I should have. Oh God. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wamboy. Thank you so much for being here. Um, wow. Feel like coffee. Welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wamboy. Today I showed up a little bit late. Hope you all are doing fine. Let me know how are you doing. Where are you watching me from? So let's just hang out for a while, you know. I'm just over here burping. Oh my god, this is not going to be nice. Okay. Welcome to the live stream. When you join in, let me know where you're watching me from. How are you doing? How was your day? How is your today is on Friday. How is your Friday going? And all of those nice things. That's what. Okay, today I have a bunch of questions, but we'll see because I know I showed up late, so it will depend with like how many of you guys show up and all of that. So, yep. Control to hip. Okay. So, welcome to the live stream, everybody. I know I showed up late, but let's see how long we are gonna be streaming. Oh my god, today I was just feeling some type of lazy, but sometimes you gotta take a step back, you know. So let me know how you're doing. Let me know where you're watching me from. Yes, we're just getting started right here on I Am Wamboy. Okay, when you join in, let me know the country you're watching me from. Let me know what's the time where you're at. Right now here in Kenya, it's 10:19 p.m. on a Friday. 10:19 p.m. on a Friday. So let me know where you're watching me from. How are you doing? How was your day? How is your day going? How is your afternoon? How is your night? You know, let's have a conversation right here. And as usual, we just usually hang out. Oh, ooh, no way. Okay, thank you guys for the liking the live stream. Also, make sure you say hi. Oh, no way. What happened? Peter Moridi says eloquent. Did you say eloquence or what did you say? I'm about to check that out. Need to fix something here real quick. Peter Moridi says hi. Hi. Arif Ali says hi. Let me know where you're watching me from. Peter Mureithi says Nairobi people. Okay. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. When you join in, let me know where you're watching me from. So that's where we're gonna get started at. Let me know where you're watching me from. What's the time where you're at, and all of that. Ah. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. Welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wambui. How we get started is by you guys liking the live stream. Bonganima Fulu says, hey from South Africa. South Africans in the building. How are you doing? What's the time in South Africa? Peter Moise says, been sorry. Okay, you know my phone translate. Let me just check out on the laptop. Dark Pulse says hello. Dark Pulse. Welcome to the live stream. How are you doing? Where are you watching me from? Guys, when you join in so that we can get started, kindly like the live stream. Kindly like the live stream. If you haven't liked the live stream, like the live stream. It's 9:22 p.m. in South Africa. It's 10:23 in Kenya. So we are 1 hour ahead of you guys. 1 hour ahead of South Africa. When you join in, let me know where you're watching me from. Let's keep going. Okay, and while we are at that, I'm going to type a question on the screen. Okay, I think our first question is gonna be, why do men struggle to receive compliments? Bongani Fumulo says, oh, so much in Kenya, and there's a lot of beautiful ladies, and you are so gorgeous. Okay, thank you. Priska Masharia says, hi Priska, good to see you. How are you doing? Welcome to the live stream. Okay, why do you think men struggle to receive compliments? That's where we're gonna be starting at. Why do men struggle to receive compliment? Okay, oftenly somebody said that like the only time that men receive flowers is during their funeral. Okay, and I was just thinking that seems right. Like men have been trained so much to be about, okay, what they are providing is about, what are they offering is about, all of these things. Why is it that like men struggle to receive compliment? What do we have going on that have that what do we have going on that have made men think that they're not supposed to be receiving, they're only supposed to be giving, and there's no receiving? So that's what we're gonna be looking at, right? But of course, I did show up well later than the usual time, so I don't know how long you're gonna be streaming, but we'll see as it goes. But let us know your opinions on why do men struggle to receive compliments. Godson N says, hello, boy, how are you? I'm good. How are you doing? Good to see you. Yet another day. Why do you think men struggle to receive compliments? What's the time where you are at? Rafael Mulinge says, hi Rafael, good to see you. Why do you think men struggle to receive compliment? Okay, maybe this is a question that even maybe women can answer. What are we? What topic are we on now? Why do men struggle to receive compliment? That's going to be like our topic. You know, most of the time, the only time that men receive flowers is at the end of their life. Okay, but I'm like, also when you try to compliment men, or like um to give them flowers, it's like something unusual. It's like you're doing something that you're not supposed to be doing. Okay, so why do men struggle to receive compliments? So that's what we're gonna, so let me know your opinion. Okay, today I showed up late, so it's going to depend on like how active people are in the comments. That's what's going to determine how long we stay, because of course I showed up late. Okay, keep telling me where you're watching me from. How many languages you know? Oh, how many languages do I know? I know 4. 1, 2, 3, maybe 5. Kenyan and English. We don't speak Kenyan in Kenya. We speak Swahili, we speak English, we speak other languages. We have 47 tribes, so there's 47 languages in Kenya. But I know how to speak Swahili. Okay, what language do you speak? Tropico estamos agora. Is that Spanish? I don't know how to speak Spanish, but the thing is translating for me. Because I think you typed in Spanish and you can see that I can answer. That might give you the impression that I know what you're talking about when I really don't. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wamboy. Let me know how you're doing. Oh, Thomas. Hi, good evening, dear Wamboy. I'm happy to accept compliments from women. It just needs to be clear what it meant. Okay, what if a woman tells you that you look good? How do you view that? You know, it's like, yeah, it's like men feel good. You know, the problem is men feel good when your woman wants you, and your woman is telling you, oh, I like you. But then it's like, no, don't buy me flowers. I should be the one who is giving flowers. Okay, when it comes to even somebody saying thank you, you're like, I gotta do what I gotta do. What do you mean? Okay, but what do you mean when it says that it just needs to be clear what it meant? What does that mean? That it's supposed to be clear. Are you talking about maybe being led on, or what? Galson says 2 English and Portuguese, Italian, Spanish. Ooh, Portuguese, Italian, but I'm learning Italian. Okay, what is your local language? Okay, what's your mother tongue? Maybe that's the question that I should be asking. What's your mother tongue? Okay, so men in the chat, let me, even the women, if you have an opinion, why do men struggle to receive compliments, especially when it comes to African men? It's like, it's almost like, oh, this whole masculinity thing. I think we've talked about that some other time. This whole, a particular type of masculinity that everybody wants to retain or wants to show, like, oh, this masculinity, and it's like a persona. It's like you're putting on a persona of masculinity. We're sure, oh, this is how I want to be seen. You know, why do we have to do that? Okay, that's the question I'm asking. So today I told you guys because I showed up late. It honestly depends with like how active the chat is. So that depends with how long I'm going to be streaming. Yeah, I didn't show up at 3 p.m. There's a video that I posted. You guys check out that video. Typical life in an African village. So, but I posted that. I posted that video today instead of going live. Capri Media says, Yeah, I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you? Dama says your stream tonight wasn't that great in terms of video quality. Oh, this. How about right now? How I'm streaming? Yesterday it was not that great. I was the internet. How about right now? How is the quality of the um? How is the quality of the live stream? Oh, the only way I can explain is internet. Maybe I feel like it's internet. Um, because I feel like the phone is still fine. Uh-huh. How is this live stream, guys? I tend to like look at it through my laptop to see how it looks like, but sometimes I don't I don't see how it's like. Let me see. It's like, but sometimes I don't. Okay. Um. Okay. Let me wait until you guys tell me how is the quality right now. Okay. I think I need to change my internet provider. If I want to do this type of streaming, because when you have internet that's not really reliable, it can be a pain. It can be a pain. Why do men struggle to receive compliments? Let me know about that. Also, let me know where you're watching me from. How are you guys doing? How was your day? How was your night? What did you do today for those of you who it's at night? What are you doing today for those of you who it's daytime? Um, yeah, I'm still waiting for somebody to tell me if you guys like the quality right now. Oh, I should. Yeah, or maybe I should see if I can do something about it. Mm. Okay, but your live stream is still good enough. I could pay you a compliment on your internet speed right now, but unfortunately I can't. Oh, okay. You know what? Um, you guys will have to wait a little bit. I changed from the internet that I'm using to Safaricom. I don't know how that will last. Okay, hope to be back soon. I don't know because we can't stream low quality. Oh god, I need to change the. Mm. Okay, let me wait until you guys are back. I don't know if am I back? Am I back? How is it? Oh lord. Da, 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 da. Yeah, you know what? I need to stop paying the internet that I'm paying right now. Am I back? Okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, I think it's better, right? Yeah. Okay, Doman said I always have Safaricom 5G on the coast, really high speeds. Okay, but does it I think I wanted to use that. I wanted to install that the 5G, But I always wonder, do they have like fair usage policy? That's actually what have been stopping me from getting it. Because see, I stream every other day, so the question is, will it hold up? Okay, guys, how is the live stream quality right now? I'm having internet problems. How is the live stream quality? Keep telling me where you're watching me from. How are you doing? Ew. Wow. Oh, Lynn Hendrick says, oh, hey. Hey, good to see you, Lynn. How are you doing? Uh, can somebody tell me how is the quality of the live stream? CJ, hey, one boy. Hey, good to see you. Good to see you. How are you doing, CJ? Quality looks pretty good. Okay, so that fixed it. Okay. Um, I don't know. Today I just showed up so late. I don't know. I'm in that, like I usually have like high energies throughout the month, and then for some reason, like it's one of those days. Um, Mark says I don't struggle with receiving compliments. Really? Okay. But most men do. Why do men struggle to receive compliments? Your live stream seems fine. Okay. Yeah, I think that whatever I did fixed the internet issue that I'm having. Um, I feel like, okay, everybody is saying that they don't struggle to receive compliments. Then who struggles to receive compliments? Uh, Lynn says, why do men struggle to receive compliments? I don't know. I'd say it's quality. It's like quality street. Oh, the quality of the live stream. Okay. That's at least better for however that lasts. Let me know how you guys are doing. How was you guys' day and all of that. Also help me to answer the question, why do men struggle to receive compliments? Maybe I don't know, maybe this is a thing when it comes to black men, when it comes to masculinity, whereby you just don't want to be okay, you want to be told. I think most men want to hear that they're looking good. They are just pretending because they are well. They are just pretending. Oh, so people are just pretending. Okay, like, okay, oh, maybe to look cool, or like not to show people that you're into them. Okay. Okay, I thought it's only women who do that. Sometimes you'll be into a guy and then you're just acting like all cool and stuff. You're acting as if you're not so much interested, just so that you don't. I don't know. So that I know you guys know what I'm talking about. Like sometimes how you pretend that you're not really interested, just so that you can seem cool. Eve says, I hope there's order in here. Yeah, there is, because I just started streaming. But you can tell us, why do men struggle to receive compliments? Oh, do you struggle to receive compliments as a man? When it comes to this topic, I feel like it all goes down to masculinity. And what is allowed. Maybe culture has something to do with it, but I can tell you for sure out here, maybe there is a culture of like men have to be strong. You can't show your emotions. Maybe you can't even say how you feel. Okay, you cannot cry. All these things. Maybe that's why men struggle to receive compliments. Any one of you who struggle to receive compliments? And guys, we're just getting started. Let me know any question. Let's see. I don't know how long I'll be streaming today, but it will honestly depend with like how active the chat is and stuff. Incredibly incredible. Ooh, that's a name. Incredibly incredible. Hello, auntie. Hello, good to see you. How are you doing? Oh, Thomas says now it's better. Okay. You know what I did? I just switched off the Wi-Fi and I started using my mobile data. I just bought my Safaricom data. I think I should, next month I will not pay for the Wi-Fi that I'm using, because yesterday you guys complained and also today, so I don't think it's worth it. Eve says, one thing African men tell me when I meet them here in the US is that once they move their women over here, that they don't listen to them anymore. You know why? I already have a theory why people say that. Okay, and I feel like it also happens with even other women, even with other men in the US. It's like most people just want you to be the thing is this theory where like you're looking for somebody very submissive, okay? So you go all the way to Africa to look for somebody very submissive, very humble and all of that. And when you bring her in a country where there's opportunities, do you expect her not to grab opportunities? Okay, I feel like most people want to come and get wife here in Africa because quote unquote humble, quote unquote, like, see, when you bring her in a place where there's opportunities, what do you expect? Okay, do you honestly believe that like the women change when they get to the US? Do you guys honestly believe that African women change when they get to the US and end up listening to you? Okay, somebody else. I expect nothing. Mark says, oh, Mark, I struggle with absolute nothing apart from astrophysics. Astrophysics. Ooh. Okay, that's pretty much hard. Okay. Okay, there's this whole theory that men should not show their emotions or crying, okay? Maybe this is not something in the Western world, but it's something here, like we're supposed to be all strong and stuff, and you can't show your emotions. So how about that, Mark? I expect nothing. Okay, when it comes to maybe some of you getting African girls, what do you expect? Especially if you're in the Western world. I don't care if you're African or you are whatever. What do you expect? Because I feel like there's an expectation. You're looking for somebody to be really extremely submissive. To be some of us, we're just humbled by lack of opportunities. That's what it is. Maybe, okay, but then when there's an opportunity, I expect nothing. What? I even forgot what I was talking about. No, but I was just saying, you said that you struggle with nothing, but most men struggle with like Mark, I don't like that name. Please use one boy. Okay. What I said was what I said was like most men out here struggle with like their emotions, like showing your emotions. Like, let's say if you're crying, let's say if you feel some sort of pain, like you cannot show that as a man, okay? So that's something out here in Africa. I don't know about out there. I'm humbled by pie. Ooh, okay, that's pretty much okay. That's pretty much okay. Okay. Yeah. Okay, I think what I was talking about was what Eves was talking about, having met so many I'm awkward and struggle to not say. Okay, I think that's why you don't want to tell people, you don't want to tell people a name that you don't want to be called, because now that's the only name that they want to call you. What I was talking about is what Eves is saying about African men claiming that when they bring the African women in Europe, in America, that the women change. Like, what do you expect? When there's opportunities, she's supposed to change, right? Okay, she's supposed to adapt to be, she's supposed to adapt to that country. Not to mention, she's moved from our own country to come to your country. She's supposed to change and adapt to the environment. I would hope so. Terminator off says, hello, Amboy. Hello, good to see you. How are you doing? Let me know, why do you think men struggle to receive compliments? Maybe it's just an African thing, as I'm seeing, because everybody in the chat says, oh, I don't struggle to receive compliments. So and then it ends up making me wonder, who struggles to receive compliments? I don't for anything I'm told. I don't do anything I'm told. Okay. CJ says, you seem like a sharp young lady. You would adapt fast abroad anywhere. Okay, maybe, I don't know. I don't know if I would adapt quickly, although I feel like it's unfair for when somebody helps you to go someplace. It's very unfair for them to expect you to just bow down to them and worship them just because they helped you to go to some place, you know. That, because I feel like, honestly, that's why sometimes I'm like, honestly, I would not want anyone to help me to go anywhere, to be really honest. Because it's like, when most people, when they help you, they want you to worship them. Okay, you help somebody to come to go to the US or to Europe, and maybe there's better job opportunities. Yeah, let's just talk about opportunities, because what else would you want to go to some other place to do? Maybe better opportunities. Okay, but I struggle, that the reason I struggle to accept help from anyone to help me go someplace, because the expectation that people have when it comes to that is really heartbreaking. I will do on purpose. I will on purpose do the opposite. Yeah, I think we are all like that. We are all like that. When I know somebody's name and they don't want to be called with that name, that's the exact name that I'm gonna use anyway. The next question: what's one thing you wish society understood about men? Maybe this is your chance, you guys, to shine. Let me type the question. Oh, I prefer to write the questions on the screen, but I know the sound is like pissing you guys off. I help you to buy ice frappe coffee. Okay. Okay. What? Okay. Eve says that sounds so odd, like bubbles popping. I know. I like the question on the screen because it's easier for you guys to access the question. Tap tap click click tap click. Okay, I know. Okay, you know what? I will just type with the laptop. I know that's weird, but answer the question. What's one thing you wish society understood about men? Because I always feel like maybe on here we always talk about women, what women want, and all of that. Let's use this today for you guys to shine. But I feel like you guys are more active when we are talking about women. Let's see how active can you guys be when we are talking about you. Maidhani kwa Kilui. Hi. That we all cry. Ooh. Wow. Okay. Do you support men crying in public? Do you support men crying in public? Because I think there's a whole topic. There's a day that I did we were live streaming about toxic masculinity, and I was saying telling men not to cry is just like teaching them a toxic masculinity. Because how comes, like, we are all human, you and I, we are all human, but how come I can cry but a man shouldn't cry? Pretending is sad, and I'm a transparent being. Okay, so men do cry. Okay, because CJ says it depends on what he's crying about. What is a man allowed to cry about? Let's start there. Okay, because for example, I think there's another time that I was sharing when my dad lost his mom. My grandmother died. I could see that man was devastated. Okay, but I never saw a single tear. Okay, when my mom lost her mother, she was not okay for 2 years. She was just crying continuously. Okay, so it's like why is it that like one group, and remember my dad's sisters were crying, but all the brothers, they were just there. you can try this, you can just see that this person is devastated. But why is it that it's like we're just being told on purpose, oh, don't cry? Okay, CJ, what are men allowed to cry about? Well, maybe not in public, sitting on a pedestal, okay? And he's lost his best friend. Or fish or ant. Okay. Okay, so let's switch up the question. Okay, still asking when are men allowed to cry, but then at the same time, are you allowed to show your, let's say, your wife that you're crying? Is it Meal? MI says World Cup. Tell me about it. Okay, keep telling me where you're watching me from, guys. Today I started live streaming late, so I don't know how long you're gonna be streaming here. CJ says, personally, I'm not faint in the heart, so maybe a close family member or something like that. Okay, so not every time. Oh, that's the only time. What if you're just sad? What if you're just sad? What if somebody just upset you? Let me tell you, I cry at anything. Okay, somebody upset me, I cry. Somebody is mean to me, I cry. Because first of all, okay, I think I don't want to present myself like a saint, but I don't like being confronted. So I could be on the wrong, but I will cry. So most of the time, even I cry myself to sleep. So I just don't understand. How do you guys deal with stress if you can't cry? It says USA versus Belgium. Let me see. USA versus Belgium. Which one do I think will win? USA versus Belgium. I think I'm gonna go with USA. Yesterday I said Spain and it won. Oswald Hall says, I need woman. Any woman who is looking for a guy. Mark Shack says, I cried when I stabbed my toe on the corner of my bedpost. That sounds painful. Oh God, sorry for laughing, but wow, that sounds painful. The army made me cry. Ooh. Okay. Okay. CJ says, we don't need tender men in the world who cry because their feelings are hurt. Okay, but how do you handle that? How do you deal with when you're stressed? How do you deal with when you're stressed? Because the thing is, it's okay. We are saying that like we don't need tender men. That's absolutely fine by me. Okay, but how do you handle? Then how do you deal with your stress? We cry watching Ronaldo versus Messi. Okay, so you're willing to cry over another man, but not about your own personal issues. CJ, USA. Okay, what do you think will win? Belgium? I think I'm gonna go with USA. When is that game playing? I hope I'll still be live here to know what's the result. Let me check out. Oh, right now, Australia versus Egypt. Ooh, they're already at 1-1. Australia versus Egypt. Ruoto Maharabat. Men also are also human beings. Okay. Other than men are also human beings. Do you support crying as a person? Monday. It says Monday here in Seattle where I live. Oh, okay. The game will happen on Monday. Okay, because right now I can see it's Australia versus Egypt. I think maybe Egypt will win. I don't know. CJ says, if we lose today, I am throwing Belgium waffles at somebody's car. So okay, so you're rooting for your country. Yeah. Mark says, I'm going to go drink a pina colada. It's hot here. 0:57 and watch a film. Okay. Not mine. Not yours. here in Seattle, parking will be over $100 during the event. Okay, so you shouldn't go anywhere with your car that day, right? I'll be taking the train. Okay. Okay. Yesterday you guys were arguing over parking. Okay. Next question. Yeah, seems like you guys are not interested in men topic when it comes to talking about you guys' issues. But if we are here talking about women, you all have an opinion. Okay. Wow. When was the last time you complimented a man? Attila. Attila says hi. Hi, Attila. Good to see you. Okay, I said I will not type on the screen again because it's weird. That's what men do. Talk about women and sports. Okay, wow. You don't want to talk about yourselves. But you know, unfortunately, for okay, bye Mark. Get yourself the pina colada, whatever. See you. Okay, something that something that I was gonna say. Eve says, well, it's easier if you just know that we are right. Okay, the thing is, what I was gonna say, there's something that I was gonna say. I don't know, for some reason, like I keep trying to do like content that is like both men and women friendly, but I think I think most of you who watch are men. Okay, but I try to maybe even like this topic is supposed to make women stay, you know, but unfortunately I think you it smells like men in here in my show always, you know, but I like it. When was the last time you complimented? Oh god, I typed the wrong way. Complimented. You don't have any women in here. I don't have any women in here. I don't know why. You need to do some marketing to the other side, to the females. What do I say that is impressive to women? Like, what can I say that can be impressive to women? I think the only women who would want to watch me is maybe women who are attracted to women, right? I love Michael says, do you remember me? Yeah, I do remember you. Okay, how are you doing? Okay, I need to know because I feel like if I was a guy, like I would have many women watching, but because I don't know what type of advertising I need to do for me to attract women in my channel. How they are so lazy. Attila says something that society needs to learn about men is that many women talk about female rights while many men are working in oil rigs and risking their lives in order to put food on the table. Wow. Okay, but see, the problem is when we try to talk about what, like right now this topic about what do men want, you know, nobody wants to talk about that. So who will initiate the conversation again if nobody wants to talk about that? Okay, but I know it's always about women, it's always about women's rights, but and that's why like it's, but I think men also play a role in making it look like it's easy whatever you guys do. You buy your female something, then she's like thank you, and then you're like, that's exactly what I'm supposed to be doing. So how do you expect to be appreciated if that's what you're saying? A man gotta do what he gotta do, you know. He says you should shoot more content about your life in Kenya and build an audience and do live stream around that. Okay, I for example, like today, have you watched the video that I posted? I think you will love it. I think you will love it. Yeah, today I posted a video about life around Kenya. So, but I'm just testing out because I gotta post what you guys are enjoying, and to film this video sometimes you take so much time, especially recording, editing, so you gotta post what works. So that is like a trial one, and if you guys like, I'll keep doing it. If says women work in oil fields here in the US, they also work on oil rigs. Ooh, okay. That's so much unlikely out here. Right now, women are starting to work in construction projects, but it's very, very, very rare. Axel Blesses, where are you from? Kenya. I'm from Kenya. I'd pay you to be my day tour guide when I go to East Africa. Okay, you're gonna reach out when you plan to travel. That's how you get started. Okay, okay. Oh, okay. And I see that. I see that. I feel like the live stream have been very much crucial because, you know, this live stream have made so many people to know about me and all of that. So maybe it was a good start, because honestly, with the videos, maybe you guys would never have found me, but with the live stream, I think it reaches more people. Okay, next question. When was the last time you complimented a man? When was the last time I complimented a man? God, maybe yesterday or maybe today. I think today. Well, but it's not easy, honestly. And also, there's also a problem when you compliment a man. Let's say you tell a man that you're not even maybe interested in them, like in some type of like sexual whatever. Okay, you might not even be attracted. But when you compliment a man, immediately his mind goes, oh, you want me? You want to be in a relationship with me. I think that's why you guys rarely receive compliments. Because when somebody compliments you, it's all about, oh, you want to be with me. Eve says, I've complimented men a lot when I was in the US Army while flying airplanes. Ooh, okay. But that was the last time. Okay, and then this whole thing right now, when a man talks about another man, when a man like compliments someone, is like, oh my god, that's so gay, and not in a bad way, but I think everybody is homophobic these days, and it's like we're just saying, okay, when you say something about that's so gay, why would you say that? I've complimented them during athletic performance at the gym. Okay, are you not worried, especially in this time, like how people receive information? I compliment their skill, especially when it's impressive. Okay, but how about complimenting how somebody looks? I'm a bit distracted by football. Okay, which teams are you watching? Australia and Egypt. Which teams are playing? That's okay, Thomas. That's okay. CJ says, last time I complimented a man, I told my brother he had some cute boxers. How did you find out? Like, how did you see it? How did you see another boxer? Okay, but I know maybe you might be changing in the same room. Cocabelle says, oh, how are you doing? Good to see you. No, it gives gay signals for a man to compliment another man. But I think you are the ones who are making it weird. The other day I was even showing a man a picture of another guy that's like a bodybuilder. He's like, why are you showing me this? And I'm like, oh, he was sighing. Okay, that's, but I had to ask. What did he say? That's pretty much funny. Oh god. Well, he was probably jealous. Weird, right? I don't think it's weird. Okay. But it's like this, the question of how did you see it? Put your attention to another man. Okay, putting your attention to another man is weird. Okay, so when a man compliments you, like, do you take it as like, my friend? See, like for example, me, I have slept with not slept. I used to have roommates, a lot of them. Okay, first actually in my last year in campus, I always we always I always slept with my roommate. Okay, they brought this whole weird thing that everybody had to cover themselves with their blanket, like, and we would sleep in different directions. But the truth is, I have even slept with a female friend, and we even cuddled. It's not that weird when it comes to females. But when I see men who are roommates, it's like, even if the bed is so big, the other guy have to sleep on the floor, and you have to sleep with all clothes on. But I think you guys just make it so weird. um Kokabel says, well, for me, I don't care. It's confirmation you look good. Okay. Okay, so personally, you don't care. Okay. Because, because why do you guys struggle so much with compliments? It says, in naval aviation instructor give instructing nicknames to students pilots to reduce their egos. Egos kill when landing on ships. Wow, that's a pretty nice one. Okay. Wow. And also, why do men sag? Because today we are all about men. Today we're going to be talking about. So if you feel like maybe talking about men is weird, because I feel like we always talk about women, why not maybe use this? We are going to be talking about men today, okay? Okay, CJ, why do you think men sag? Because, okay, maybe because most women are attracted to that, but honestly, for me, I don't think he's attractive. Thomas says Australia versus Egypt, 1-1. 1-1. I think on that one, I'm going with Egypt. I think Egypt will win. Now, extra time, 2 periods of 15 minutes. What kind of compliment do I deserve? I think without knowing, without seeing your appearance, maybe I would say you're a kind person, you're mature. According to what I know about you through whatever you comment on here, like, for the little time that I think I've been interacting with you on the call, I would say you're kind and you're mature and you're. So it depends. When it comes to somebody complimenting how you look, they have to see you. Okay, would you take a compliment from another man? Okay. The question is, when was the last time? When was the last time you complimented a man? Okay, so Eves is saying that egos kill when landing on ships. So that's why. So do you think that's the explanation why men do not compliment? The Kokalo says, I don't care personally. Okay, you don't care whether it's a male or female. Okay, yeah, but I think the whole thing about it being weird for men to compliment each other is just because we are living in really tough times, and like, yeah, women. I think women, we were the ones for so many years. We were the ones who are worried that, like, if you are at the wrong time, at the wrong place at the wrong time, you might be uh, assaulted or something of that sort. But I think we are even right now we are living in a time where, like, it's not safe neither for the men nor for the women. So maybe that's why the conversations become too. That's why, like, you don't want to play around. It keeps them from attaining too much power. Okay. So if I want to retain my power, even in relationships, I shouldn't compliment my guy. Okay, good information. Steven says there's nothing to understand men or men. Women are women. Men are men. Women are women. Okay. Yeah, that's okay. That's your perspective. Let me keep asking those who wants to answer, or those who want me to understand. This about me. Okay, because I feel like, let's talk about it. Eve says, and becoming dangerous. Ooh. Eve says, an anthropologist studied hunter-gatherer groups in Africa and found that skilled hunters were ridiculed. It kept their egos down. Wow. It was done with humor. Oh, wow. So if you want to keep your guy thinking that he's not all of that, do not compliment him. Okay, that's good information. I'm kidding. The question does not make sense. Who is society? Oh, who is society? You want to sit here and act as if there's no society. Okay, society is your, okay, there's different society. For example, there's African society, there's European society, there's different society depending on whatever you subscribe to. Okay, society can be your family and your neighbors around you. Well, maybe this is something that is more common in Africans. I don't know, but I would like to believe that there's societies everywhere. Okay, and for your information, I think the questions make perfect sense. It makes perfect sense to me. So I don't know. Okay, because we always ask. Okay, we always ask, what do women want? Okay, we are always, I think we are always, even when you search here on YouTube, we are always trying to understand what do women want. But we can't sit here and act as if there's no society. I'm not aware as I'm not as well educated as you. Maybe I'm stupid. Okay, you know what? You're just walking around looking for problems or somebody to argue with, but I'm not gonna do that. I don't think I'm more educated than you are. I don't think you're stupid, but it's just like you just refuse to okay, if you don't understand a question, it's just easier for you not to answer, right? Okay, if you think it's senseless, maybe it's just easier for you to keep scrolling. Maybe, I don't know. What do you guys think? Okay, do you guys believe that there is society? Why not you started it? Oh my god. Oh my god, I just don't want to argue with you, Steven. Please, please, please. If it does not make sense to you, if the question does not make sense to you, leave it at that. Leave it at that. Let other people who are interested in talking about this, let them talk about it. Yeah. If you look at dictators, they have no humor. Trump completely lacks a sense of humor at all. Okay. Ooh. He can't laugh at himself. Oh Lord, because yeah, I see. You know what? There's this guy. I think maybe you, especially if like you, how I hear you talking about that. You should. This guy. He's on TikTok, but I know most of you are not on TikTok. His name is Charles Onatan. That's his persona. Oh God, he makes a lot of videos ridiculing Trump. They are usually really funny. This is why humor has been used to keep men even. Okay. And then if somebody does not, I don't think that I have a sense of humor, to be really honest. Okay. When you realize most of the time when you say things, especially in English, like they are just words, but it's because English is not my first language. But I see what you're saying. But I think through this channel, I'm kind of getting some humor. Now I'm starting to be to understand English humor. I used not to, not because like I don't understand. I understand, but to me, the English humor is just words. It's just words. What's one thing you wish society understood about men? Okay. Wealthy, a farm hunter. Hi, Wealthy. Merhawi Mengstiab says, hello, my friend. How are you doing? Where are you watching? Critique Sharma says, I'm Nepali. You're Nepali. That's good. That's good. The next question. The fact that they want boom boom all the time. Ooh. Oh, okay. That's I feel like that's like an exaggeration. Is it true? Okay, so Wealthy Affirm Hunter says one thing that we don't understand about men is that men want boom boom all the time. I don't know what boom boom means, but I think, because I think I can maybe make a wild guess. Kathmandu. Kritika says, where are you from? I'm from Kenya. If Star said, I don't want children though. What is your reasoning? Why don't you want children? Um, why don't you want children? Oh my god. Okay, but see, I was just kidding. I know what you mean. So what did you think I meant? No, I knew exactly what you meant. I was kidding. I was playing. Uh oh god. Okay. Okay, if you want to okay, I'm silly, that's fine. If you can take a joke, right? Don't play with oh. Okay. Eves, I'm back at you. I don't want children though. Why? What's your explanation? I think I've always told mine here. Uh, wealthy, a farm hunter is not always about you, my friend. Like, sometimes I'm not even laughing at you. So, yeah, silly too. You're also, anyway. Um, what am I waiting? Okay, I think I'm waiting for somebody. I want to visit Nairobi. Critic, where are you? Where are you from? You want to visit Nairobi? I think you can just visit. Ask me a question. I am not gonna ask you a question. There is a question on the screen. There's two questions on the screen, so it's either you choose whatever makes sense to you. Okay, I was literally typing another question before I'm Nepali. I live in Brisbane. Brisbane. Where is that? I don't know where that is. You missed my statement above. Oh. Kathmandu. What does that mean? I don't know what that means. You typed Kathmandu. I think I thought you had a typing error. I don't know what that means. What does that mean? Queensland. Oh. Critique Sharma says Australia. Oh, you're from Australia? I feel like it's pretty easy to visit Kenya. Yeah, please. Yes, please retype. And also when you type, make sure you're copying, because sometimes YouTube is like strict, and sometimes I don't think your message came through. Mama says, I'm waiting for a new interesting question. Okay, you're waiting for another question. And today the questions are all about men. Like I wanted to just have a stream talking, but let me see if there's another one. Okay, this is an interesting one. Okay. You're retyping. Aramsi says, yo, Wakwan, Bobo. I don't know what that means. Critique says, you want to come here in Australia? I wouldn't mind, but I'm not sitting here waiting to come. Does that make sense? Like, I wouldn't mind, but it doesn't stop. It doesn't stop me from sleeping. I don't know why, but I feel like almost everybody feels like just because somebody is from Africa wants to go to their place. I don't know why. I don't know why, but I'm not saying in a bad way. Okay. No. Aren't going through. Try to change the word. Try to change the words. Type use other words. Maybe if there's synonyms or things that you can replace. Usually YouTube normally do that. Maybe there's a word that you're using that they're not liking. Okay, no, that's okay. Okay, do you think beauty standards are becoming more similar across different countries? Silly question. You know what, I just don't want, I just don't want to remove you here, my friend, wealthy a farm hunter. Okay, if you can't answer, okay, if a question does not make sense to you, you better keep scrolling, my friend. There's so many people who are streaming. You can go to their live stream. Okay, yeah, I keep saying that you guys, if you are not being respectful, your one view does not help me. Actually, it does not help me in any way. Why is that a silly question? You know, that's what I'm wondering. She's just being a hater for no reason. And I don't want to be removing everybody who says something that I don't agree with. But it's just like, if you're not enjoying what somebody is saying, go to the next live stream. Keep scrolling, you know. Get your own live stream, idiot. Yes, get them. Fawan Farik says, answer my question. What's your opinion? I can't see your question. What's your opinion? You didn't type any question and then you say, what's your opinion? Please type the question again. Ooh, you guys fight. It went up, I guess. Okay, please retype it because I can see it. Critic Shama says, who is idiot? Okay. Okay, you know what? No, not you, at least not you. Focus with the question. Do you think beauty standards are becoming more similar across different countries? See, because actually this question, this is BS. You know what? Let me just remove you. I think I'm giving you way too much grace. Yeah. God, Lord, some of you are so difficult. God. Ugh. Yeah. Do you think beauty standards are becoming similar across different countries? Okay, the reason I asked this question, today I had questions prepared for men, but Thomas wanted a different type of question. That's why I asked that question, okay? Do you think beauty standards are becoming more similar across different countries? You know why? Because of a lot of intermarriages and stuff like that. Critic says, I'm earning $3,000 a month. Okay, is that a reason for me to move to Australia? Okay, that's good for you. That's good for you. He's probably a 15-year-old. Okay, because it's like, if you're not enjoying the live stream, like, of course I would keep scrolling, you know, because not every live stream is for you. That's why you keep scrolling until you find something that you'd always come back to, you know. So I feel like because the world have become more like a global village, like right now everybody is where they are at. Some of you are in US, I am in Kenya, some people are in very different places. So because of that reason, I think we are adjusting our what we were looking for in people, what we thought was pretty. I think we kind of all are changing how we used to look at people. Okay, that's why the question, do you think beauty standards are becoming more similar across different countries? And in your opinion, how do you see that affecting dating in the future? Okay, maybe let me remove the question on the screen and write another one. Okay, still also we're still talking about men. What's one expectation society puts on men that should change? Maybe I should. I'm a student here. Okay. Thomas says, I also think social media manipulates beauty standards to make money. And that's also another thing that I want to talk about. When it comes to filters, you know, right now, like, there are people who post pictures, you know, somebody posts a picture, then you're like, oh my god, this is how people are supposed to look like, okay? This is how somebody is supposed to look like. And then you just kind of like feel maybe you're not that beautiful, you know? Yeah. I think you gotta be really careful. There's a lot of filters right now. You can't be sure if that's how somebody looks like in real life, to be really honest. Also, this obsession with like a facelifting, um, you know, putting, what are these, Botox? Is it Botox? You know, I feel like the Western beauty standards being so tiny, also being, I think being tiny is one of the Western beauty standards, and here in Africa is starting to become a thing. Okay, you know, African women or like black women have never been tiny. We've never been, we've always been curvaceous. Okay, I'm really not, I'm not curvaceous, but I'm just saying, is, I think it's, we shouldn't say what people should look like or act as if we are supposed to have one type of body type, because black people have always been, black women have always been curvaceous. Okay, now putting that standard, or like starting to have that standard of like, oh, you know, I want a tiny woman, I want a woman that I can lift up. I think that's a Western beauty standard that everybody is now copying, and it's unrealistic per se. Okay, it's realistic because there are people who are that tiny, but it's unrealistic to expect everybody to be that tiny. um the, it says, regional standards still exist, but trends are easier to adopt from different parts of the world due to the internet. The world is coming more of a global village. I know. The fact that we can sit here and have a full-blown conversation, FaceTime, like you can FaceTime, you can get to know somebody from miles away. That's very fascinating, okay? But I think it's okay for us to borrow each other's beauty standards, but sometimes it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic for you to expect. Okay, and I'm not saying that European women are not usually curvaceous and like having a big butt, but that's something that's pretty much common with like African women or black women or women with African descent. But now you expecting like to have that in somebody that is not, they don't, you know, bodies are different, you know. Creature says, Eve, where is he from? Ask him. Blackheart says black women are gorgeous. Okay, that's good. Black women are gorgeous. I think so. I think they are, but I feel like all women are gorgeous. So it all depends when it comes down to who you date. It depends with what are you looking for. Critic Sharma says black girls are humble and great. I don't know about that. Eve says to who is he? I think he's asking about you. Doma says everyone says a woman sees a woman differently or has their own ideas. It would be a bad thing if everyone wanted the same woman. Yeah, I know, but aren't we becoming something of that sort? We I feel like we are starting to like want the same things. When it comes to men, everybody is looking for a tall, dark, and handsome. Even when it comes to dating among us people that are not even dark, like tall, dark, and handsome. Like when we start looking at that, then it becomes really unrealistic, and that's why you're seeing, because there's plastic surgery, we all want to go and manipulate how we look to a particular way, just because that's what that's the trend, maybe. Yes, this is wild. Yeah, 30 years ago, this was more difficult. Ooh, okay. Okay, and you know what? When we are still at that question, I think you said something. What's considered attractive today that might not have been considered attractive 20 years ago? You says, I find African black women to be mellow and easygoing. American black women can be a big handful with attitude. Aminu says hello. Okay, I don't know about that. Maybe because you know what I talked about when you say that you have met African men who've told you that when they bring their African women to America, that the women change. Maybe it's the same thing when there is opportunities, the women tend to be so sure. Okay, maybe the African women are humble because they don't have many options, or maybe because of how it can be how we are raised and all of that. I hope my internet is still doing fine. Mm. Yeah, I argue and fight. They argue and fight very quickly. Okay, but maybe because I think the society or where you are at, it shapes who you are. Okay, it shapes who you are. So I don't know. I don't. So I feel like um saying that African black women are mellow and easygoing is maybe because of the environment, and also maybe most Africans, as I told you guys, most Africans, even girls, we are brought up to like maybe respect men, the patriarchal society, but then when you get to the Western world, you adapt to that, right? So I don't know. Trixie says you I don't understand. I think you're asking what's good. um how are you doing, beauty? I'm doing good, Josh. How are you doing? um do you think beauty standards are becoming more similar across different countries? Okay, like I said, I find it to be not fair when we are looking at when we start saying, okay, all women should now be skinny. Okay, would we start saying that, and then you say maybe sometimes you say, oh, all women should be short, especially all women should be short. Like, what are we gonna do with the ones that are tall? All women should have a big butt. Like, what are we gonna do with the ones? As I said, beauty lies in the eyes of the beholder. But the more we copy what beauty should look like, and the more we continue manipulating our bodies, and the more social media spreads a particular way that we should be looking, maybe that's a problem. Michael says, Michael Kilipwa Pamwa. Oh God, you have a name. Hi, good to see you. Eve says there's a big mixture of styles here in US. Latino culture meets black culture meets white. They all get mixed together here. Okay, and maybe that's why. Maybe that's why. And see, an African women, because okay, we do get mixed. There's even white Africans. There's Indian Africans. But there's not so many. Like, I feel like uh I feel like most of us, especially most of us who grew up in the village, you are gonna get taught about you alive. How is the question to cancel? Hey, am I um if says more tokens quick. Okay, apparently. Am I live? Eh. And you know what? I just paid the internet this morning. Buffering. Uh you're back. Is it how is the quality? The fact that I paid the internet today is what is really even pissing me off. I've been thinking about like changing the internet provider now that I'm streaming so much, but I think unsuccessfully. You're out of storage. How is the quality, guys? Eh, I think the chat has disappeared from the thing. How is the quality of the live stream, guys? Oh, let me just Tamida says, hello, Amboy, what are you all talking about today? We have a bunch of questions here. I think right now we are talking about beauty standards. We were talking about beauty standards before my internet started acting up. We were talking about. Okay, I think I'm live. Okay. What I was talking about was Mm, okay, let me read Thomas's comment. I get thrown off by stuff like that. I enjoy coming to Kenya to meet a woman from a different culture. I'm not familiar with the standards of beauty here. I prefer to form my own impression, okay? Ooh. Okay, okay, I was gonna ask, but what are you looking for? Um, when it comes to the standard of the woman that you would go for. Now, for some reason, I just feel, you know what? I need to kind of check if I'm live. Okay, I am live. What was I talking about? Okay, are you there? Yeah, I am. Can you guys see me? I think the comment even disappeared. I'm sipping coffee. You're sipping coffee. Yeah. Okay, can you guys see me? That's the problem that I'm having here. My phone stopped like showing. It's 1:40 p.m. here. It's 11:40 p.m. here. We are 10 hours. Is it 10 hours ahead? Mm. Eves, please, can you see? Can you see me? Okay, you say up. Okay, let's go on. It's very difficult when the chat has disappeared from the thing. I don't know. Maybe I should just fix it. But you guys are going to disappear anyway. Let me just not. You're good is doing this matrix thing. You're not out having beers with friends on Friday. Okay, so you say I'm good. Okay, you know what? Like, I'm going to fix the internet maybe very soon. You're not out having beers with friends on Friday. I don't have friends. Okay, I have friends, but I really don't. Like right now, well, especially where I stay at, I don't know anyone. Yeah, so I don't have friends pretty much. Um, I have friends. The friends that I have, like, we literally live so far away. The friends that I have is the friends that I made in university, and we moved. We moved in different directions. So, yeah. Ashley Joy Dancer says, "Uh-huh, Mambo and boy, I'm good. How are you doing, Ashley?" CJ says, "Is it big in Africa? Is it big?" Oh, going out with friends on Friday? Is that what you mean? If that's what you are asking about, yes. It's a whole big thing, like, yeah, partying, especially during the university days. Yeah, partying on Friday. People are outside. Maybe one day I'll show you guys. Maybe I'll start streaming. But see, the problem is, like, taking you guys to. I can do that. Like, I can pop into like one of these entertainment places and I can show you how it looks like. But I think they would be playing music. Maybe I'll. You know what? You know what I'll do? I think I'll record a video for you guys to see. I'll record a video instead of a live stream. Yeah, it's pretty huge when it comes to going out with friends on Friday. Why are you guys not out with? Okay, it's not yet at night. It's not at night. You says tomorrow is July 4th in the US, 250th birthday of United States. Okay, happy 4th of July to you all. Hope you guys invite me for your ceremonies. Trump is having a party at the White House. Are you guys in attendance? I will. Oh, you will be in attendance? Wow. 4th of July. So what are you guys do? What do you guys do on the 4th of July? You know, you guys have all these things that you do. Turkey, Thanksgiving Day. I will be going out tonight with friends. Oh, okay. That sounds like a nice plan. Eh, better you than me. You have some friends. Okay. Do you think beauty standards are? I have a friend who moved here from China. He works as Amazon corporate. Okay, Amazon corporates. Oh, okay. Wow. I hope he gets you a lot of gifts from Amazon. Oh, fireworks, drinking and cooking with family. Okay, okay, okay. Yes. Okay, I was gonna say for us we don't celebrate, but should we? We shouldn't. We shouldn't because it's just yeah. But you know what? I have seen most people, most countries adopting celebrating. What is it called? Thanksgiving. What's another holiday that I saw people celebrate? Halloween. I saw people putting those ghosts in here, especially in Nairobi. I saw people doing that, and I'm like, why are you all doing that? It's a holiday that does not even make sense to you. Yeah, this whole thing about wanting to be American so bad. My nieces and nephews love the fireworks. The adults don't play with them so much. Like, oh, okay. After I think right now as a grown up, that's when I realized the holidays were never about the parents. They were always about children. Like right now, last Christmas, I just stayed in. I stayed here. I did not go to my parents' place. I did not go at home. And I was all alone. There was nothing exciting. When I remember when I was young, we used to have these huge ceremonies with my grandparents, all my aunties and uncles. Right now, when it's holiday, honestly, I just don't feel anything. Yeah, maybe I should start keeping a lot of friends or whatever. Eve says, yeah, we drink beer and light off explosive fireworks. Okay. Ooh, okay. So you guys are not going to be available tomorrow? Yeah. So you are not going to be available tomorrow? You're going to be fireworking. Okay, and guys, we still have a question. Do you think beauty standards are becoming similar across different? I think they are. I think everybody is looking for a skinny person. And if you're not skinny, it's like you have a and then there's this whole thing about wanting everyone to be short. I think I'm mostly talking about myself because I'm skinny but I'm not short. So the whole thing about wanting everybody to be short also should stop. So tomorrow you guys are not going to be available. You're going to be doing fireworks. Wow. Fireworks. Okay, guys, welcome to the live stream. My good name is Wamboi. Thank you so much for being here. Oh Lord, I want to lick my fingers. Let me do that. Oh. Eve says, I do prefer slimmer women, but myself, I'm slimmer. Okay, okay. At least, okay. I think there's nothing wrong with having a preference, but there's everything wrong when everybody starts wanting the same thing. And I don't know even why I'm complaining because I am slim. Australians know. Save water, drink beer. Ooh. That's it. I might buy some beer tomorrow so that I can drink in celebration of something that does not make sense to me. Okay, it does make sense to me. I kind of meant of a holiday that has nothing to do with me whatsoever. Just because you guys are going to be celebrating. Okay, let me put up the next question, guys. But we can still have any conversation. You can ask me anything. We can talk about anything. Let me have this yogurt. Um. Okay, this is the question that I was typing. What's your favorite drink? What's my favorite drink? Mojito. I like I like okay, I like virgin mojito, but I also like non-virgin one. Yeah, I like a mojito. I think it's pretty much cold, nice. Yeah, yeah. Mojito, mojito. Oh, you mean alcoholic beverage? There's a type of alcohol here. It's not like it's an alcohol, but it's mostly taken by women. It's called guarana. That's the alcohol that I like. It comes in cans. Okay, so that's the one that I like. It's called guarana. It's pretty much alcoholic, but it's supposed to be for women. You know, yeah. Okay, I have seen guys drink it, but me, by the time I'm drinking two of them, I'm usually like laughing. Um, I'm laughing. I'm feeling nice, you know. So yeah, that's the drink that I like. Just consider attractive that might not have been 20 years. Jenge Razo says, I can't see other responses in the comments. Okay, but can you see the comments? I feel like people are not responding. L33 says, no, I don't think so. You don't think so? You don't think so? Okay. But don't you see what I'm saying? Like, it's becoming, it's like almost like all of us, we are looking for the same things in people. So is it like a seltzer? I don't know what that is. Let me look what is a seltzer. Seltzer. Image. Oh, okay. It comes in such a can. It comes in such a can. Let me Google and show it to you. Okay. Uh-huh. Wow. It does not look like this alcoholic. In Kenya. It's usually this one. Let me show you. It's usually this one. That's how it looks like. Smirnoff Ice Double Black with guarana. Yeah. Okay, most people say that why is this thing not flipping? Most people say that it's not like so much alcoholic, like, oh, it's a joke. But I think it pretty much works the way it's supposed to work with women. What's the topic for today? Do you think beauty standards are becoming more similar across different countries? Critique Sharma says, my elder brother lives in Dallas. He's a professor. Okay. Well, oh, you're saying that to Eves. Jengerazo said, are you a Christian? Yes, I am a Christian. What's your profession? Um, so what's a profession? Okay, you know this profession, what you've done in school or like what you're supposed to become but you're not. What are you asking? So are you asking about what I'm doing now or what I'm supposed to be doing? Thomas is saying Egypt is true to the round of 16, having beaten Australia on penalties. So I got it right. I think you guys we will start doing a bet before every game, because see, I seem to be getting all of them right. Ooh. Aspirin says hello, Lioness. Hello, Lion. How are you doing? Wow. Do you enjoy watching the games, Thomas? Like, do you really enjoy the games? You can't see my comments? Yeah, they're not coming through. I cannot see your comment. Oh, maybe. Hey, I did not see any comment. Something odd going on here. What's the words? You know, YouTube is so weird with like the words. Critics is Messi is better than Ronaldo. Whatever. You know, I want to drink this drink, but for some reason I just think that. Okay. Uh-huh. What's considered what's considered attractive today that might not have been 20 years ago? I think something that's considered attractive that might not have been 20 years ago is having a small nose. Is it a small? Okay, not a small nose, but the whole nose job thing that people are doing these days. Like, Tetan Sylvester says, you look. All right, time to go. Okay. Oh, God. Now I feel bad that your comments were not coming through. Tetan Sylvester says, but thank you for joining in. You look so beautiful. Thank you. Jen Raza says, please don't be calling other dudes liars. I'm the jealous type. But he said, hello, Lioness. Ronaldo is better than Neymar. Messi is better than Ronaldo. And Wamboy is better than Messi. Don't put me in between that type of stuff. Okay. Wow. So Hell says, hey, I know you. You know me from where? How do you know me? Do I know you? Oh, you said I know you. You are supposed to say, do I know you? I don't think so. Do you know me? I think maybe you should be saying I know you or I don't know you. Okay, my comments are not going through. What's going on? I'm not saying anything bad. Okay, can you maybe divide what you're saying into like, okay, send the first two words and then the second, so that you can see if it will start refreshing. Do you have some kind of filter on? No, but I think YouTube have. Ghetto. Uh-huh. Maybe that's the word that was not coming through. I don't have a filter on, although I think YouTube have a filter on. So it says, hey girl, I like your hair. How do you maintain it? Okay, thank you for liking it. Nothing. I just spray. I don't do anything about it. I just spray. It's pretty much old. Thomas says tattoos are considered normal these days. I'm absolutely not a fan of tattoos on women. I don't know why anyone would turn their body into a picture book. How about if they have a tattoo of you? Ghetto, I can see your comment, Ghetto. I can see you said, I think having a bad attitude is considered attractive today. Can you see the comment above? Yes. So can you maybe figure out which word were you writing that you removed? So health is, it's hard to maintain. Okay, back to Thomas. Tattoos are considered normal these days. I'm absolutely not a fan of tattoos on women. I don't know why anyone I don't know why anyone would turn their body into a picture book. Okay, but how about if it's a picture of you, like they write your name? Let's say you are their partner and then they write your name. Okay, but I can see why that can be risky. What if you break up with that person? What do you do? Me personally, like, I don't think that applies to me, because I really I really like myself so much, and like I'm that type of person. I feel so much pain with even ear piercing. I had to let my ear close because it's just weird. Um can you see the comment above? Yeah, I can see the comment above. Jengerazo says, you probably, hi, we see your comments, gang. No, I know what he's talking about. I know what is. It always happened to people when you are typing stuff here, so I know what you're talking about. That's it. That's why she can't see my comments. Jesus, come on, people, be smarter. Okay, it's a filter. Let me look if this. I don't know. Let me see if there's some form of. But I don't think so. YouTube have some filters on. Okay, guys, do you? Okay, let me pin this comment. Tattoos are considered normal these days. I'm absolutely not a fan of tattoos on women. Okay, let me write the question. I'm going to be typing. The thing is about to sound weird. Tattoos on women. Okay. Cannabis is legal where I live, though. Cannabis. Oh Lord, cannabis is legal where I live. It's illegal. It's illegal. It's illegal in Kenya. Very much illegal. If you're caught doing cannabis, it's dangerous. Jenge is just laughing. Is it legal where you are, Razo? Princess Rabi says no. Okay, do you like tattoos on women? Thomas said that, like, he does not like tattoos on women, and he does not understand why you would want to turn your body into a picture book. Okay, maybe we can also say the same about men, but I feel like men with tattoos look like they are bad boys, and women like bad boys, right? There's a marijuana shop down the street. Okay. Oh, you're trying to see which words are working or which one are not. Eve says, I think having a bad attitude is considered attractive today. Wow, having a bad attitude, how is that even attractive? I don't think having a bad attitude is considered attractive. At least it's not to me. Okay, but being a bad girl, bad boy, you know, the whole thing is considered attractive. For example, in women, if a woman has not pierced her whole ears, maybe she's not attractive. If you have not pierced everywhere, like pierce your nose, your eye, your belly button, your, you know, everything, nipples. These are my I know you guys says marijuana, but I am Kenyan. Marijuana shop down the street. I am Muslim. I am a Muslim. Good for you. Good for you. What would you like us to know about Muslim? Okay. Did you get your comment out there? Eves? Like, was that your comment? So I don't know why they would filter that. The story sounds, I like it. Okay. Charles Adams. You are so... Oh, welcome to the live stream, Charles. How are you doing? What are we talking? Okay. Okay, there's a question. Do you like tattoos on women? Okay, and the question came from Jeng says, you all have weed gummies. Oh, okay. Guys, welcome to the live stream. My good name is Omboy. Let me know how you're doing. That one says, I'm a bit older, perhaps not exactly modern, but honestly, skin looks most beautiful in its natural state, whether white or black. Okay. But I feel like people say that, and then when it comes down to dating, you end up dating the people that have the tattoos, okay, and have the piercings. Honestly, personally, I don't care what my if I okay, I don't care what okay, I would care what my partner wants, but when it comes to like things like having a tattoo just maybe so that I can look like a bad girl, so that I can be attractive, I don't think that's my cup of tea. Eve says, yep, we do. I don't like to smoke anything because I don't like it in my lungs. But tinctures and drinks are okay. Okay. Ooh. You know, I honestly, for me, I don't know, any type of smoke is just toxic to me. I just, no, like, even sometimes I'll be outside. Where I live at is a very, like, when you go outside my door right now, not my door, when you go outside the gate right now, there are people who are just seated there, chewing cut, smoking, or any. For me, it just smells so bad, especially tobacco. You can smoke cannabis, but tobacco, for me, no. It's just like, why? It does not smell nice. You smell like you just shit yourself. It just doesn't smell nice for me. Like, sorry. I think maybe it's supposed to be attractive. It's tobacco. You know, I feel like tobacco sometimes does not smell nice. Maybe, but maybe it's the men that I've seen smoking tobacco. They smell so bad. I don't know. I don't know. That's just my opinion. Um, Eve says, yep, we do. And okay. Slacky Saki says hi. Jengera says, I don't mind a woman with tattoos as long as it's not visible. Does look good if everyone can see them. Does look good if everyone can see them. Okay, does look good. Okay. What if it's hidden? Like, it's hidden. Okay, honestly, the reason, okay, I would maybe, if I would ever have a tattoo, maybe a tattoo of my name. Okay, because I can only imagine, or my name, or my mom, or my, maybe my name, or my mom, but like writing a guy's name in my body, no. Because, okay, if, God forbid, God forbid. But in any case, let's say you're not in a relationship anymore. So do you go and rub the name and write the new person? Eve says, my cousin used to grow potent marijuana. However, after it went legal, he stopped because the cannabis he can buy at the store is much stronger. Okay. Wow. So he was saying survival for the fittest. Eve says, is cannabis popular and common in Kenya? It's popular, but it's illegal. So even if you're selling, you're doing it under the table, like, or what do you call it, under the water, sorry, I meant doesn't look good. Okay. I see, but I think in America that I have seen so many people who have tattooed their whole hand, maybe a whole feet. As I have seen that with people. So sometimes I think they look good. But I that is on men. I think maybe it looks good. Yeah, it looks good and maybe masculine. Lama says everyone needs to know what they are doing to their body or skin. Okay. Yeah. I'm only imagining like, okay, but see, let everybody needs to know what they're doing on their body or skin. Yeah, I see. Me personally, like, of course, that's never a concern at tattoo because I don't like feeling pain, and like having a whole name written. I think that would be painful. I think that would be painful. Okay. Maybe tattoos are attractive on men. I think they look good. I don't know, but I've seen them with the whole hand and stuff. Yeah. Wow, that's a nice one. Tattoos. I think tattoos are pretty much still new in the African thing. If you're a guy and you have tattoos, people will consider you to be like a bad girl, or maybe you're trying to be something that you're not. You know, wanna be. I think wanna be gangsters. You know, wanna be. And if you want to look like you're from the streets, you have tattoos everywhere and all of that. That's what usually happens here, but pretty much I don't think it's mostly accepted here. Even like, see the way you pierce your ears from here to here. Okay, personally I think it's beautiful. I've seen people who have done that and I'm like, oh, that's really beautiful. But when it comes to me doing it, it's like, no, I think I would rather not. um I think I would rather not. Okay, what's considered attractive today? Oh, I think, okay, so that was the answer for you. Tattoos. Okay, tattoos are considered attractive today, but they were not 20 years ago. What's something else? Something else that considered attractive today. Um, Wearing baggy things, like everything baggy. Yeah, I like baggy clothes, so I feel like I feel like what am I saying? I feel like wearing baggy clothes, but that's okay. When it comes to attractiveness, I don't think clothes have anything to do with it. Let me think. Something else that's considered attractive today. That's uh what is it? Another thing that's considered. Oh, contact contact lenses, having blue eyes for everybody, like especially black people obsession with having blue eyes, and also going to the putting contact. And I'm not even judging people who are saying it's bad, but I'm just saying wearing contacts and maybe blue eyes, brown, for all people, even black people. And I know being blue eyes is something with white people that you guys have had for a long time, but this obsession with blue eyes among black people is like pretty much recent. Okay, let me know something that you think is considered attractive today that might not have been 20 years ago. Thomas says, lately, when young women from Europe come to Diani Beach, you see a lot of tattoos. It doesn't really turn me on. Ah, oh my god, it doesn't turn you on. Ooh. And see, they think that's what you guys want. They think that that's what Europeans want. You know, me personally, I have this thing that I have going on. If something does not feel right to me, as one boy, I don't care. Like, if I think that's what people are being attracted to, is, you know, you take me the way I am, or you know, okay, if I want to do something for myself, that's fine. But I feel like, especially out here, we've been trained to be men please. Okay, and it's not a bad thing to want to please your men, but no, yeah, I know the whole tattoo thing is like something that's going on, a type of pressure. Preterm do that, right? Grow up. Why do you want to know? You want so that you can buy me a bra or what? Uh Ezra says tattoo is just a colored wound. Okay, would you want to have a tattoo or would you want your female to have a tattoo? Pretty with that. Why not? Okay, you know what? Just fast forward, go and buy for yourself. Critique says, in which city do you live? I live in Kenya. If Stuart says, definitely facial tattoos. Okay. Do you consider facial tattoos to be attractive? Ezra says, heck no, I don't like those things. Okay, you don't like, but then I think you guys are now, but I feel like most of you, when you see people with tattoos, you're out there saying, okay, you look so good, and then for us who don't have them, we are like, so that we can be seen as attractive, we're just gonna go ahead and get them. Okay, and when we don't get them, Kenya is a country name. I asked the city name. Where do I? Okay. Where do I live? Okay, you know what? Even if I tell you where I live, you will not know where I live. But I'm pretty much from a place called Nyahururu. I try to be, what is it called? I try to be as, I don't like telling people where I stay at. Not like that, but just, yeah. But I am from Nyahururu in Kenya. So it's almost like everybody who here likes a tattoo. Definitely facial tattoos. Oh, you, okay, so if you like facial tattoos on women, okay, so you're the only one who said that you like facial tattoos on women. I will visit soon. Okay, good for you. Thomas says, I once had a Maasai woman as a girlfriend. She had a brand mark on her thigh. She seemed normal. Okay. Oh, like she got bruised when she was I think that's pretty much common, especially if you grew up in the village and you used to what is it called, climb trees, do stuff like that. Will you meet me? I think now you're just being, you're making me uncomfortable. Critique Sharma, you're making me uncomfortable. Well, why would I meet you? To do what with you? My friend. What's one beauty trend you hope disappears? There's a lot of them. I hope when it comes to men, I hope sagging disappears. Okay, you know, I think honestly, when I was a teenager, like I feel like sagging was very attractive. Like I used to see a guy sagging his wow, I'm like, God, that looks good. But right now I don't know. But I know it's like it's just been few years after I've been a teenager, but I just don't find it attractive anymore. Like I just hope that disappears. Beauty trend, I hope it disappears. Yeah, that. Okay. Another beauty trend I hope it disappears is bleaching skin among us black people. I hope that disappears. Let me know yours. What's one beauty trend you hope that you live in Nyahururu? You know what? Just quit asking me stuff like that. You know, just quit asking me stuff like that. Focus on the topic, because you're making me uncomfortable. There's other ways that people usually ask questions here, and I always answer, but you're just being weird for some reason. Dama says, in any case, I already know a lot about your culture in Kenya. but I'm always learning new things, including about Kenyan women. Okay, that's a nice. Oh, yeah, I think that's a good way to see it, because you're already familiar. Yeah, and you'll always be learning something new about um the culture and the women, and also you have to realize it's different with every tribe. So out here is also, you have to also know that it's different with every tribe. Different tribe act differently. Gender, you know, no, I don't think so. I think these are just the type of people who walk around making people uncomfortable. What's one beauty trend you hope disappears? One beauty. I said sagging amongst men. Yeah, Vince Mutesa says no. Do you like, why not? Why don't you like tattoos on women? Another, okay. What's one beauty trend you hope disappears? Maybe amongst women or even or men. Amongst women. Uh, okay, I don't think that's my area of to say whatever I hope disappears. um oh, okay, I don't know, maybe this might sound, but okay, Dama says, in any case, I already know a lot about your culture in Kenya, but I'm always learning new things, including about Kenyan women. Okay, what was I gonna say? Oh, so you are attracted to Kenyan women. Jengorazo says, hell no, we want us to wear belts. We were okay. So sagging is still gonna be here. Me personally, I think sagging is like outdated, and if you usually sag, stop that habit. It's not attractive. Okay, maybe it is for some people, but I don't think so. Just dress up, pull up your pants. Yeah, if she's using one, she genuinely like, if she's using. Which question are you answering? There's two questions. Which question have you answered? Which question are you answering? Okay. Which beauty trend you hope disappears? What do you think? I think you are answering to the tattoo question. Do you like tattoos? Oh, if she's using one she genuinely like. Uh, do you like tattoos on women? That's the question. So you say, oh, your answer is yes. Okay. Okay. Why do you like tattoos on women? I think you're the first person to say you like tattoos on women. And guys, there's a video that I did post today. Village life. Watch that video. I think it's a good. I think that's one of my best well shot video. My brother did the video justice. He recorded very well, so because it could be a way for her to express, to like express something. Oh, to express herself. It's a way for her to express herself. That was it. I mean, the differences between the ethnic groups in Kenya too. The women behave differently. Yeah, you know, when people think that like as far as a woman is African, that's just what matters. I don't think so, because even here in Kenya we have 47 tribes. Yes, this is how. I think this have happened severally. Um, Darkness. When you're black, you kind of need some light to be seen. Um, I mean, the differences between the ethnic groups in Kenya too. The women behave very differently. Okay, you know, when you have not interacted with people here, you will think that everybody behaves like everybody. But when you do, you will realize the difference is so huge. There's a way that coastal women behave. There's the way that uh there's the way coastal women behave. There's the way women from Western Kenya behave. There's the way Kikuyu people behave. There's the way Maasai behave. So very different, very different. Isaac Karani says hi. Hi, good to see you. There's a this particular time I had an interaction with a foreigner. And that time I would have been in campus, okay? Okay, what's the best way to put this without oversharing? Okay, so I had this interaction with a foreigner. So there's something that he wanted me to do and I did. I was not in agreement or supportive of whatever. And then he goes, oh my god, I knew this whole time, I knew Kikuyu women. He was just implying that he was told, like, oh my god, do not talk to Kikuyu women, do not do that, you know. But yeah, we are literally pretty much different people all at once, okay? Some are into different things, even when it comes to working, what people are into. People say that Kikuyu people are into money and stuff like that. I don't know if it's true. Okay. Wow. I think we are the question that I have, does distance heal or does it only create science? I don't think that makes sense. Carl Jones, do you love the wind? I don't know. I've never thought about that. I've never thought if I love the wind. Okay. So I think my questions are exhausted. So we're going to keep answering that, and after that we're going to end the live stream. Let me check on the games. What's going on? Australia versus Egypt. Oh, final 2-4. Wow. POR, is it Portugal versus Croatia? Portugal versus Croatia. I don't know if it's Portugal. Suisse. Michelle Jean Baptiste. Hi, Michelle. Good to see you, Michelle. How are you doing? No, you don't like tattoos on women. Why? Okay, keep telling me where you're watching me from. What's the time where you are at? It's midnight, 12:26 here, AM. Oh, Dama says some women are very reserved. It's hard to communicate with them. Perhaps they are also a bit afraid of a white man. Yeah, and also see, because that's why I feel like there's also power imbalance when it comes to relationships between let's say foreigners with this, maybe with these girls or with African girls. You know, there's a power imbalance because most people are focused on, like, oh my god, this is maybe an opportunity for me to get a good man, you know, and the whole thing that the mentality about you guys got money and all of that. So she might not even like something that you're doing, but she's not gonna say because she's afraid. Okay. Yeah. So, but I think I was pretty much expressive. The guy was a white guy. Okay. So I was like, no, I don't do that. Me personally, I don't do that, and I just stand by it. And then he just said that people from my tribe are stubborn. because I said no to something. Oh, you're so stubborn. I knew it. He even, but see, if I think he was used to like meeting these girls who are desperate and stuff. But me personally, I was okay. It's not like I am. I'm not gonna sit here and say I'm not desperate. But the thing is, we are not also gonna sit here and have you disrespect me just because you come from a first world country. No, no, and I didn't like that. He said that like people from my tribe are stubborn. Check him, okay. Tom for president. But I feel like it's not like that. It's about me as an individual and and how I think. It's about how I think as an individual. So it's not about how a group thinks, it's about how I think. Tom says, what's God, people? Mambo, I am Wamboi. How are you doing? Algorithm brought me here. Okay. You're welcome here. How are you doing, Tom? Okay. Yeah, I think there's a lot of things to think about when it comes to. Also, something else that I have noticed, you have to never stop. Oh, never. Oh, this thing is translated. Never stop. Niko poa, uko poa. Oh, okay. I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Caught this live late, trying to catch up. Okay. You can pretty much start by answering the question: do you like tattoos on women? And also, what's one beauty trend you hope disappears? So that's where we are at. That's where we are at. Do 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 do. Okay, guys, I'm still waiting for your comments. Like, my questions are through. Yes, I do, not too much. Tattoo should be. Okay. Yes, I do, but not too much. Tattoos should be art, not a whole wallpaper. Okay. So you're just saying a little bit. You want tattoos, but just a little. Okay. Pretty much makes sense. Pretty much makes sense. Let me know if you like tattoos. Also, another thing, and also I think I did not plan for the question about tattoos, but it seems like a nice question. Okay. Thank you. I think Thomas is the one who asked that question. What's one beauty trend you hope disappears? What's one beauty trend you hope disappears? And guys who are joining in, thank you so much for joining in. Also, thank you for liking the live stream and subscribing. Um, what's one beauty trend you hope disappears? Each beauty trend that you want me cancelled? No, just right. Okay, I'm going offline now. Good night, sleep well. Okay, good night to you. See you another time. No, just type your beauty standard. Okay. Tata Sylvester says, hello, fine girl. Please, good evening. How you are? Good evening to you. How are you? Look so beautiful. Thank you. Thank you so much. Okay. Okay, so guys, if you still have something that you're typing, what's one beauty trend you hope disappears? Okay. That will be our last question for the day, and you're gonna sign off and we'll see each other. When it comes to the weekend, I don't like promising because it just depends with the thing, but always as far as you subscribe, you get notified when I go live. Okay, so what's one beauty trend you hope disappears? Beauty trend, there's a lot of them. um One of them that I would say maybe among us black people is I need to leave, okay? Next time, see you next time, see you next time is hopefully the next time when you type something it will come through. Okay, thank you so much for hanging out with me, Eve. Tom says, look, standard is tough to say, but trends are a lot. I guess the whole country, I guess the whole cutting eyebrows and excessive makeup is a bit weird. Look, I'll try to see if I can get a pic. Okay. So the eyebrows, okay, shaping the eyebrows is a little bit weird. Next time, okay, next time you see, Tom says, also, do you have tattoos? Any advice before one takes one? I don't have one, and I don't have any advice. I feel like it's do whatever you want with your body, right? Yeah, no, I don't have. When it comes to things that I've not tried or like things that I've not done, I usually don't have advice. Personally, I don't have tattoos because I fear feeling pain. I don't want to feel pain. But there was a time that I really wanted to be a bad girl so much. I wanted to be a bad girl because I felt like when you're a bad girl, like you become fearless. You start showing up like a man, and I wanted that so bad. So, but my fear of feeling pain stopped me from getting one. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay, tattoo is a form of expression. It's a form of expression. So I wouldn't judge because personally for me, I don't want to feel pain. No pain, no gain. Okay. Okay, so I think you guys will for those of you who joined in late, make sure you subscribe so that you can see me the other time I go live. Also, there's also a video that I posted today that I would want you to, if you could get one, what could you get? If I could get a tattoo, I would only get my name, maybe my name written here, Wamboi, or maybe I would write my mother's name, or I would write mom. Yeah, I think that's what I would write. Anything else, I don't think is maybe that. But why? I would think I would write mom, or like I would write Wamboi. If not that, I don't think it's worth it on my side. Yeah, like the way people write other people's, or even draw somebody's picture. Yeah, unless I change my mind, but no, thank you. Ooh, okay, so that's it. Okay. Okay, so I think that have been pretty much a good live stream. For those of you who joined late, make sure you tune in tomorrow so that we can keep maybe next time, or your 1,000, we choose one for you. Maybe your next live or your 1,000 subscribers, we choose one for you. Okay. Now I think I already have more than 1,000 subscribers. It's almost midnight. It's midnight here. It's 12:37. Yeah, maybe when I get okay, but no, I can't promise. I don't think I can handle a tattoo. Okay, for those of you who just joined, subscribe so you can see me next time. And for everybody, thank you for hanging out with Wamboi, and until next time, bye bye.